Hello. What you are currently witnessing is a Roblox game that I want to say I discovered, as there are normally around 10 to like 14,000 people playing at a time, called Redliner. Now, this game isn't easy per se. I wouldn't call it hard either, as it's very simple. Defeat the other person. If this game has lore, or if it has extra story behind it, I have no clue. From what I can tell, it is a purely competitive, low or high skill floor, high skill ceiling, even higher skill ceiling, movement shooter sort of game where it's just really difficult. I've never wanted to have more fun in a game where I am just overstimulated at all times. And I wanted to kind of showcase it because I genuinely had fun playing the game. Mostly because it's an insane game. I feel like I'm constantly under the pressure of either getting shot or getting outplayed. And I enjoy it, so I probably won't play this again. Not because I don't like the game, but rather because of a few issues I have, and I'll explain that as I go through playing and showing off what the game kind of is. To start with, what you are currently witnessing is more like a free-for-all battlegrounds, while the actual dueling is a 1v1 with 5 stocks. So I'm gonna let a few cool moments play out that I personally thought were pretty interesting, or just really cool moments. Whether it is something that I got killed by, or just something really interesting that happened. And then once I go into the 1v1s, then I will actually start explaining what the problem I have with this game. Not because it's the developer's fault, I think they made a really awesome game, rather just the problems with creates. This game is a overload of constant running around and keeping up with one another. That's probably why I enjoy it. I wish I could enjoy it a lot more than I actually can. And it's only because of a matter of pain and the way Roblox's hit detection works, being that really it only matters where you yourself are seeing the person, you can hit them. So instead of checking if, let's say you throw a punch at somebody in a game, and to connect, you obviously need to be able to see them. For Roblox, that only matters what you see. So if you even lag for a little bit and you can still see them right in front of you, and it connects technically, it'll hit that person even if they, let's say, jumped backward. In most games, however, it checks the other person's view. So if they jumped backward and you took that swing, it would check the other person's, like, hey, where are you standing based on where you're at. Yeah, Roblox doesn't work like that. That's kind of a bad way to talk about that. I know it's gonna seem a little confusing, but it's kind of the only way I can bring it up. Now add that as a ping issue, because for some reason I'm put in Europe Warsaw, and that is apparently my best servers is Europe Warsaw, which doesn't make any sense because I'm in US Central, which means really US New York is where I should be put into. Anyway, like I said, these games are 1v1 5 stock, which means 5 lives. And my first game is America Los Angeles, so I'm already put down as a ping disadvantage, which means the other person has an advantage over me straight off the bat. I didn't know you could do that. You could launch somebody so high it puts them in the out of bounds area to kill you, so that was really shocking. I hope you can tell at this point that speed is a really, really important thing. Much of speed is important towards the instability meter at the top of my screen, which if it fills up, you essentially can't do anything except move around for like 5 seconds, which is really important because it means you can't parry bullets. It means you can't block hits, which creates, as soon as you see the other person destabilize, you're essentially meant to hound them down until they either die or restabilize. Okay, I wanted to be really important that I don't know how the lady hit me whenever I was behind the big circle. Yeah, so for the first game, obviously, I got a pretty good streak going, but eventually failed. And that's just the first of 10 matches I wanted to showcase and play. I only kept the number of matches in my head. So really, I could have played 11 matches, and that's just how it plays out. For this next fight, obviously I'm in what apparently this game considers to be my server, which is Europe Warsaw, because my ping is at 7. So I'm hosting, I would assume, which is weird that my server's in Europe Warsaw. I still feel I have a ping issue, but according to what the game's tracking, I don't, and I'm just skill diffing at this point. I'm just not good at the high speed game. Many things in this game have to do with the stabilization system, like pairing attacks, improves on instability, not having enough speed whenever you clash, increases your instability because you weren't at a higher speed than the other player. Like, it all increases on instability, and I might... Oh no, I did damage. I was gonna say, I might actually become destabilized here so you can see what it looks like. Actually, I probably showed it in the Battlegrounds area at this point in time, so it won't really matter. There are 4 different guns. There's a pistol, a sort of explosive rifle, and a that big sniper rifle that does 140 damage. This person, I think I ended up playing against twice. It does kind of suck that it came out to be a loss because I felt like I played really well in that match. But I'm pretty sure the very next match I play against the same person, so I'm able to get a chance at redeeming myself. I don't want to talk about that wasted shot. Starting off really well, taking the first stock, is I always feel a good pressure point against the other player, sort of to show confidence. However, I don't think that changes anything here, as the match before, obviously, I lost. So, like I said, this is probably going to be a lot more about me redeeming myself in a sense. And taking the next stock just makes it slightly easier. And we got that dub. And we got that dub. So now that it's 1-1, we'll never see that player again. Literally, I don't think we match with him even one more time. And we're moving on to our fourth game. I don't remember much of the games in between 4 and like 7. Most of this was just me playing them out and seeing what, seeing like the maps. It's that rooftop one, the obstacle one, and this indoor one. I honestly like the rooftop one the most if I was going to choose a battlefield. And if I were going to choose one I disliked the most, it would probably be this indoor one. Again, I find this part kind of crazy. Not that this guy is taking advantage of the small pauses as I try to essentially yap mid-game. I don't think I am better than this player, but I definitely feel as though because of the ping difference, this just makes it extremely difficult for me to hold on to what is actually happening, and also, like, in the instance, I'm playing this back to try and narrate it, sort of like a sports commentator. I just watched the person in the current fight hit me from 10 feet away. I don't know if that's a ping thing. I don't know if that's a Roblox hit register thing. I have no clue. Do I think it would have changed the result? I think I would have taken a few more, like probably another stock of his before losing, but I don't think the result would have changed. I still think I would have lost this match. Okay, admittedly, that was a crushing defeat. That guy deserved that win. I don't really have much to say about that. It was a good fight, and that's about all. I wish it went a little bit differently. You know, because I would have rather have won and showed off my super good skill in a game I played like 15 matches of. Okay. Hear me out. I was not planning on fighting somebody with that rifle. I don't know what changed. I'm going to assume it was my level. But hearing that massive rifle go off immediately cut me from wanting to fight against him. Now, is it a skill issue? Yeah, it probably is. Not being shot at immediately messes me up, and then the sound starting out super highly and working its way down till it's literally nothing, and then waiting a second to then shoot messed me up. That being said, it would have changed nothing. That person, even without the sniper rifle, was extremely strong and was just better than me, keeping high speed and overall just keeping control of the environment better. which I find is a lot of what this game is just keeping control. Much like this next person who just absolutely wrecks me 10 times over. Okay, for this next match, I'm just gonna walk through all the matches. I don't care. 10 was kind of like the mark I was gonna hit. For this next match, we played against a player literally called Old Man. I'm pretty sure. This guy was extremely mechanical. He did not freak out. He played things super calmly, surprisingly, and really focused on destabilization, I believe, along with avoidance. Essentially, he was looking for looking for mistakes for easy hits, much like the very first one he got, where I was just way too fast for my reaction time, but it was really easy for him to understand my game. This is probably my favorite fight, only because it just felt extremely... It felt extremely teaching. One of the things in the, sort of like those hints you see all the time, for different games is failure is a lesson. And I think this person, I don't think he loses often. And whenever he does, I'm sure he thinks about why he lost, because I just fighting against him, it felt like he was trying his best to keep control of the situation overall, while I was just trying to react consistently to what he was doing. I think I only hit him with like a very few amount of bullets versus others, because he just blocked every single one of them. I don't know if he enjoyed the fight against us, but he definitely gave one hell of a fight. Like I said, that had to have been my favorite. Yeah, his username is literally Old Man. That had to have been my favorite fight of the entire night, and it's probably going to be my favorite fight of this game forever, because I don't think I'm going to play this game again. This game is really... It's really hard to put down the kind of player I want to go against. I want to go against an old man, somebody who matches my chaos and craziness, along with somebody who just kind of knows what he's doing. This player definitely seems to want to do better, however, just either isn't quick enough or just doesn't understand the game. It could also just be like an 8-year-old doing their best on their tablet, because it is Roblox. I'm not sure. But it became pretty prevalent that I was the better player, to the point where I just kind of just started shooting, because I figured they couldn't really match the, I don't think they really understood the parry. I'm going to start letting these last matches play out, not only because it's becoming increasingly hard for me to commentate, not just because it's hard for me to commentate what's happening in the game and to put down my thoughts, but because they're all fights. They're all either done really well or they're done really, really poorly. And this next fight has one of the other weapons in it, where it's actually an explosive rifle, where I think it does less damage than the pistol. It just gives you more of a chance to hit the other person. However, this person didn't really hit anything. So I'm just going to let these last matches play out until I make it to the last match I ever played, and give my thoughts on that game. So this match is a very clear indication of my problem with ping. They put me with a player from Asia, Hong Kong, and my ping is 280. Now, I don't think it's because the developers are negligent on their matchmaking system. I'm sure it's hard to even put a true matchmaking system into Roblox. Therefore, it's not the devs' fault at all. This is a really good game. I wish there was a better way to match players other than just filling spots. Now, do I think it would have changed anything? I'm not sure, to be honest, as they kept their speed really well, and he hit his shots a lot throughout the game. However, I feel like it would have been much more equally matched if the I feel like it would have been much more equally matched if the ping was on the same point. That being said, I did have a lot of fun with this guy, even if I had to essentially predict what he was going to do 3 minutes ahead just to even parry the guy. And that's what I'm typing in right now. I wish the ping was better, because then I would have loved to see what kind of fight this would have been. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. That's going to be all of my commentary for this. I just hope you've enjoyed watching the fights, even if this has been a very strange video. I don't normally post Roblox videos, mostly because a lot of it is very uninteresting to me. I like tycoons and I like a lot of the shooters, but if I'm going to play a shooter game, I'm going to go play one that isn't on Roblox, that I don't have a lot of trouble with. And if I'm going to play a tycoon game, it's probably going to be the same tycoon game. It's going to be Deep Space, it's going to be Roller Coaster Tycoon, it's going to be those. But coming across this game, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super cool. Really gives me thoughts of what is that blue robot where you consume blood to live? That game. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And it gives me a lot of thoughts about that, but on a PvP standpoint. I liked it a lot. I just hope it it gets, either the ping gets better, the matchmaking gets better. Maybe a visible elo would be useful, because this is a very obviously competitive game. Even without a visible elo, you can see competition growing very quickly. I've enjoyed it a lot, and I hope whoever tries this game enjoys it from Steams. Thank you for watching. As always, have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.